What could be better than All Might's United States of Smash? So what's up guys, Foxen here. Time for a spoiler-filled breakdown and review of that huge moment at the end of the movie. It's still not even out in Japan yet, so you gotta find out everything here first. To kick this movie off, you get this action scene with the flashback from young All Might. At this point, All Might just happened to be in the US. Of course, you see him with his best buddy, David. Let me just say that seeing young All Might was pretty sweet. All Might in his prime is practically Superman. Forget about All Might not being able to fly, it doesn't really matter. He jumps back and forth so fast. Even if he tried to bomb in mid-air, All Might could just punch forward and block everything with shockwaves. So you get a full taste of that as All Might is trying to stop some robbers in the beginning. In this movie, you do get two new smashes from All Might. One of them being the Carolina Smash and the California Smash. Honestly, nothing that impressive, but you do get two new smashes out of this movie. As for the second flashback in this movie, you get to see an even younger All Might when he met David. At this point, All Might was a student, and he rescued David one day when there was his lab accident. On the way out of this lab fire, you see All Might's clothes get ripped off. I'm sure some of you will enjoy that. At this point, David told All Might that he'd be in charge of making him a new suit. As for some new heroes you get to see in the movie, there's two that I recall. First off is literal Godzilla. I think they actually call him Godzilla in the movie, which is really just Godzilla with his coat and some pants. He's quite big too. Unfortunately, don't expect this guy to do anything, he just passes by in the background. In one of the flashbacks, you actually do see this cowgirl superhero in the US. I recall this cowgirl superhero growing huge like Mountain Girl, and then turning into this giant bull or cow thing. As for that island from the trailer, so get this is some remote island where a bunch of scientists are there just inventing a bunch of hero gadgets. All Might just happens to take Deku with him as his +1. This of course brings up the question about how everyone else gets on the island. For Bakugo and Shoto, both of these were in the top 2 in that sports tournament, so naturally they got invited to the island. Oh, and Kirishima was also there, he just tagged along with Bakugo. As for Great Boy and Kaminari, both of these guys had part-time jobs there. And then you have Momo, Ochako, and the rest of the girls. Momo is there cause, well, she's rich, and then she invited the others. As for that armband thing that Deku got in the trailer, so Deku meets up with Melissa as soon as they get onto the island. After a short training exercise, Melissa notices that Deku's power is similar to All Might's. So she has an idea. Melissa actually made this hero gadget years back to potentially help All Might one day. That hero gadget is that red band you saw. A lot of you may have already thought about this when watching the trailer. They emphasize when Deku gets it, that it could probably handle One For All's power at 100% 3 times. And then they repeat it a couple more times throughout the movie. Surprising no one, of course this thing breaks by the end. To be fair, I really don't think it got abused at all though. Besides the finale, Deku really only used it to smash the side of a building. Anyway, let me also mention this about Mr. Popular Deku. In this movie, Deku is really popular with the ladies. At the start, Deku gets really friendly with Melissa. He even gets a personal tour from her for the island. At one point, Ochako and the other girls appear, and then Deku starts to get worried about trying to find some explanation about why he's alone with Melissa. Oh, and later at one point in the movie, Melissa falls on top of Deku. Or should I say lands on top of Deku. To be fair, that's after Deku smashed something. Next up, the story. What is going on in this movie? If you've seen the trailer, you can pretty much already guess what it is. You got all these scientists and heroes on this island, and then they're having this grand opening event at nighttime. While this is happening, the villains take over. So right here you have All Might being restrained by some special wires. It's pretty clear that All Might could break out of these, except he is told that if he tries anything, they'll kill everyone else there. So All Might is pretty much stuck. Thankfully at this point, the students haven't got into the actual event yet. Everyone's really split into 2 groups before the event. You got the main group that includes Deku, Ochako, and the rest of the people. And then you have Bakugo, Kirishima, and Shoto. The story from here goes on with the groups trying to get to the top of the tower. Every so often you have some machines or villains that try to stop them on a floor. Part of the group gets left behind and the rest continue going up. Like I said in my non-spoiler review, totally simple story. Next up, the villain, or should I say villains. Recall that guy from the trailer? Well, here's the major twist in the movie. Turns out that the father was behind the whole takeover. You find out that in the past, the government had taken all his research and locked it up somewhere inside the island vault. What was that research? It was some way to enhance the user's quirk, pretty much quirk steroids. Now, here is the other twist. The reason David was doing all of this was that he knew that All Might as a symbol of peace would potentially disappear really soon. He wanted to get his invention and research to potentially help All Might. However, you have David's assistant that backstabs him. Turns out that he actually hired real villains to steal the quirk enhancement so that he could make a profit. However, as expected, the villain backstabs them both. He shoots the assistant, and then he tries to escape with David to mass produce this quirk technology. This is that shot from the trailer of them trying to escape on the helicopter. Thankfully at this point, All Might shows up. At this point you have the Full Metal Alchemist villain that puts on that enhancement technology. He's basically on hero steroids at this point in the movie. But wait, there's more. Recall from the trailer that All for One is brought up. Apparently this Full Metal villain got in touch with him before this so-called fake heist. All for One was all for causing All Might some trouble, so he gave this villain a couple of enhancements. This all leads to All Might trying to take this guy on solo. Eventually All Might runs into some trouble, so you have Deku, Shoto, and Bakugo jumping in. This all leads up to the best moment in the movie. You have Deku and All Might doing a double Detroit smash. Yeah, you heard that right. A freaking team effort by the One for All team, which was just so amazing. Like I said before, this is on the level or better than the United States of Smash moment. For a lot of people, this double smash will top it. Anyway, the movie ends happily ever after. You do have this nice moment between David and his daughter that's a parallel to All Might and Deku. As for other little things worth noting, let me touch on Bakugo. You actually have hints of Bakugo cheering for All Might in his own way. Also right here, they do develop Kirishima and Bakugo's friendship even more. You got both of them sleeping in the same room. Kirishima even picks out a suit for his best buddy. At one point you also have Bakugo and Shoto teaming up to defeat two villains. One of the villains here is pretty much this Hulk type of dude that's purple. Thanks to this is part of the reason that Bakugo and Shoto get a bunch of screen time. As for the girls, honestly nothing too memorable. You have Momo reusing that electric cloth from season 1. And then for Ochako, her biggest moment is helping both Deku and Melissa get to the top of the building with her quirk, since they couldn't take the elevator. Honestly, frickin' Great Boy has a more memorable moment than them, which is him scaling a wall. Trust me, it's funny in the movie. By the way, besides the double Detroit smash, you also do get a glimpse of Deku's shoot style in the movie. In the part where he teams up with All Might, you see Deku utilizing some of its kicks. It's not a lot, but it is there. Anyway, I think that's about everything, so let me hear from you now. Question of the day. Really try to picture it. Do you think this double Detroit Smash moment will be better for you than the United States of Smash? And after hearing the full spoilers, do you still want to see this in theaters? By the way, if you still have any questions about the movie, post them below. Anyway, definitely double Detroit Smash that thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new here, you can watch 5 new anime videos here every week. For My Hero Academia, that includes my reviews on the manga and season 3. Be sure to also not miss my latest juicy video on Attack on Titan, and I'll see you guys later.